It was 7:15 in the morning. I was half asleep, making coffee, hair all over the place, when suddenly click. My front door opened, no knock, no warning. Just the sound of keys and footsteps. My heart dropped. For a moment, I thought it was a burglar. But when I turned around, it was my landlord, standing there, smiling like he owned not just the apartment, but my entire life. Now, let me explain. I had just moved into this apartment 3 months earlier. Rent was high, but the place was clean, modern, and most importantly, it was supposed to be mine. But from day one, my landlord was different. The kind of man who lingered too long when you handed him paperwork. The kind of man who just happened to walk past your door whenever you got home. You know the type. Always checking the pipes. Always making sure everything's okay. At first, I ignored it. I thought, all right, maybe he's just old school. Maybe he actually cares about his property. But little things started to add up. Like the time I came home and found my window slightly open when I knew I had closed it. Or the time the hallway security camera was mysteriously off for 2 days straight. I brushed it off. Told myself I was paranoid. But that morning when he walked in without warning, I knew I wasn't crazy. "Morning," he said casually, as if barging into someone's apartment uninvited was perfectly normal. "Excuse me, what the hell are you doing here?" I snapped. He held up a wrench like it was some kind of excuse. "Just checking the radiator." Routine maintenance. The radiator. At 7 in the morning, without notice. Something in me snapped. "You don't just walk into people's homes," I said, voice shaking with anger. He shrugged. "Technically, it's my building. I have a right to access." That's when it hit me. He didn't see me as a tenant. He saw me as someone he controlled. My home wasn't really mine. It was his kingdom, and I was just another pawn on the board. The rest of the day, I couldn't focus. Every sound made me wonder, is he back? Every creak, every car door, every faint footstep in the hallway felt like an invasion. The next day, I decided to test him. I put a piece of tape on the edge of the door, barely visible. If anyone opened it, the tape would break. Sure enough, when I came back from work, the tape was broken. No notes, no explanation, just proof. That night, I didn't sleep. My mind was racing. How long had he been entering? What had he seen? What had he done? I checked drawers, I checked closets. I checked under the bed. I even checked my toothbrush. The thought that someone had been inside my sanctuary touching, looking, maybe even smelling my things made me sick. The next morning, I didn't call the landlord. I called a locksmith. When the landlord showed up again with his master key, he found himself locked out. He called me furiously, demanding I let him in. I told him one thing: this is my home. You don't walk in without my permission. Ever. He threatened legal action, but I already had receipts. I had photos of the broken tape. I had my neighbor's testimony about seeing him go in when I wasn't there. I had every piece of evidence I needed. In the end, he backed off. Maybe he realized I wasn't as naive as he thought. Maybe he just moved on to the next victim. But I'll never forget that lesson. A locked door means nothing if the person with the key doesn't respect it. And in life, it's the same. Boundaries mean nothing if you don't enforce them. So if you've got someone crossing lines in your life, whether it's a boss, a partner, or even a so-called friend, don't wait for them to stop. Don't beg, don't explain, set the boundary, and enforce it. Because a boundary you don't defend isn't a boundary. It's an invitation.